Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best outdoor heaters in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 8. Highland Double Tank Top. The Highland Double Tank Top requires a bit of assembly out the box. It took one person around 15 minutes to put together and hook up to the tank. We measured the max heat at the burners at around 805 degrees Fahrenheit with an outdoor temperature of 24 degrees Fahrenheit and little to no breeze. This seemed to warm up an area of about 6 feet very well. We experienced more than a couple of problems while testing the Highland Double Tank heater. The mounting bracket was wobbly and seemed to lean under the weight of the two burners, which is less than ideal for a heating element. The single screw that fastens the heater to the tank would also consistently loosen over time, causing concern for this heater's longevity. The Highland isn't something we would recommend, but it did work well enough throughout testing and generated decent heat while sitting or standing nearby. Number 7. Hampton Bay 4800 BTU Stainless. The Hampton Bay 4800 BTU Stainless had fairly easy to follow directions. It took one person just under an hour to fully assemble, which was a bit longer than other mushroom top heaters. One thing we noticed straight away was a rather large dent on the tank cover, most likely from shipping, but we wish it would have been better protected. This heater is made entirely of stainless steel, and it did seem to hold up to the elements well without any noticeable rust or damage. The quick light ignition button was one of the easiest and most reliable to use. We measured the max heat just below the reflector at 913 degrees Fahrenheit with an outside temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit and a slight wind. This made for warm ambient heat when you were within a 5-foot radius of the heater on such a chilly day. We realized quickly that the lack of wheels on the Hampton Bay was rather frustrating, especially when trying to move it around with a full tank of propane. It also does not have a tilt safety override shutoff if the unit gets knocked over while in use. If you are looking for a mushroom-style heat source that you don't need to move often, this one works fine, but it's not our first choice. Number 6. Dynaglow TT15 CDGP. The Dynaglow heater offers warm, radiant propane-powered heat. It's a single burner unit that mounts directly on top of the tank. Assembly was quick and easy. All you need to do is loosen the tightening bolt and adjust the quick connect to mount it snugly to your tank. It boasts a CSA-certified tip switch, support leg, and safety shutoff valve. The variable supply valve is easy to use and works smoothly. We measured the max heat output directly at the burner at 849 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on conditions and the relative outdoor temperature. When we measure the outside temperature was 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It claims to heat a 15-foot radius, which would be closer to the truth if you were using this in a ventilated indoor setting. When used outdoors below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, we needed to be within 4 feet to effectively warm up. Annoyingly, when even the slightest breeze was present, it was challenging to keep the match or long-stem butane lighter to stay lit long enough to get the burner started. You'll need some practice and the correct body position to block the wind and light the burner. If you are looking for a single-person heating solution that can be ready in a snap, then the Dynaglow would be a great choice. Number 5. Members Mark Patio Heater. Right out of the box, the Members Mark Patio Heater impressed with easy-to-follow instructions. It took one person approximately 35 minutes to assemble, one of the fastest setup times of the mushroom top and pyramid models. The sturdy wheels on the base make it easy to transport too. This model doesn't have a tilt safety override shutoff, but the base is weighted, giving some peace of mind on blustery days. We clocked the max heat directly at the heating coil at 913 degrees Fahrenheit with an ambient outside temperature of 24 degrees Fahrenheit, and as with all the mushroom-style heaters, the heat diminishes the further out you move from the unit. This model has an approximate 6-foot comfortable heat radius. The adjustable wraparound table made this one of the most versatile and enjoyable to stand around. There's always a place to set down your drink or even play a game of cards. The table features a built-in LED light that gave a sense of ambience in the darker hours, but we felt it might not hold up all that well with continued use. One qualm that we encountered while testing the Members Mark patio heater was that the stainless steel doors that house the propane tank are thin and sharp. While opening and closing the doors of the propane housing, we sustained a few small cuts from moving the tanks in and out. Additionally, while we enjoyed having the table, it doesn't take too long for drinks on the table to heat up under the heating element, which is fine for hot chocolate and snacks but not ideal for cold beverages. That said, we like that this model provides a usable, illuminated surface that the others lack. These added features, plus adequate heat for 1 to 4 people, make this model a worthy consideration that encourages guests to huddle around the heat source. Number 4. Dr. Infrared 1500W. The Dr. Infrared Heater 1500W is designed for use in outdoor environments and can even be used inside your home. The included mounting hardware allows you to affix to walls. It can be suspended vertically, horizontally, or mounted to a tripod for more versatility. For testing purposes, we used a tripod. There are 3 heating modes: L1, 900W, L2, 1200W, and L3, 1500W. We found that to feel the most comfortable outside in sub-freezing temperatures, we needed to be seated or standing within 3 feet of the heater, making this a close proximity heat machine. With the ambient outside temperature of 24 degrees Fahrenheit, we were able to measure the max heat right below the infrared coil at 845 degrees Fahrenheit and felt cozy in just a down jacket and jeans. When it works, the remote is super handy, too. It is equipped with a tilt safety override shutoff if the unit gets bumped or knocked over. One issue we ran into was with the remote. We noticed some issues with inconsistency a couple of weeks into testing. Sometimes you had to be standing directly in front of the heater for the remote to work, and sometimes it worked just fine when you were seated or standing 6 feet away. Although installing new batteries seemed to completely remedy this issue, it left us feeling that using the remote will burn through batteries. If you are in the market for an effective electric heater for a small outside patio or living space, then the Dr. Infrared Heater will not disappoint. Number 3. DuraHeat Tank Top. The DuraHeat Tank Top provides a low-cost heating solution for a variety of outdoor activities. It easily connects to a standard 20 pounds LP cylinder and is virtually ready to use directly from the box. Dual burners provide up to 30,000 BTUs of warm, luminous infrared heat. The burners are individually adjustable to spread the warmth in multiple directions, and you can rotate the individual swivel heads if you want to change the direction of the heat. The maximum temperature, measured directly at the swivel head, was around 840 degrees Fahrenheit when the outside temperature measured 25 degrees Fahrenheit. You can continue to feel the heat up to a 6-foot radius, depending on the temperature outside and if there was any wind. It has a CSA-certified safety function that shuts the heater off if tipped over. One thing to take into consideration is the height of these tank-mounted models. Standing at 29 inches tall when mounted to the tank, they heat the area around you well when you are sitting or kneeling. Seeing as how the heat source is lower, they don't work as well for when you are standing around them. Number 2. Avanlar Pyramid Patio Heater. The Avanlar Pyramid Patio Heater offers a very pleasing aesthetic compared to its mushroom-shaped counterparts. Enjoying an evening with good company in cold temperatures is not only about the heat but also the ambience. At the center of this heater is a 4-foot-tall ceramic glass tube. With a quick turn of the adjustment knob, you can raise a column of flames that delightfully dance behind the wire panels. Touting a heat output of 42,000 BTUs, we measured the max heat at the top near the reflector at approximately 753 degrees Fahrenheit with an ambient temperature of 25 degrees Fahrenheit. On the downside, we found that the warmth didn't radiate very well down and around the pyramid itself. The heating radius is approximately 4 feet when little wind is present. It features a safety auto shutoff that automatically shuts down the heater if the unit is tilted or tipped over, which we really like. The Avanlar Pyramid wasn't the easiest to assemble. It took one person a little over 2 hours to fully erect from start to finish. If maximum heat output is not at the top of your list and you prefer an outdoor heater with more ambience than heat, this model makes for a winning combination of form with functionality. Number 1. Rangland Outdoor Propane Heater. The Rangland Outdoor Propane Heater impressed our testers with its high heat output and its quality design and build. Upon arrival, one tester unboxed and set up this model alone in 40 minutes, which was relatively quick. It has a large top reflector measuring a little over 32 inches across to direct heat in a large, even radius. We measured the max heat at the top at 960 degrees Fahrenheit. When strong winds weren't present, we measured ambient heat well up to 8 feet away, the largest range of all models tested. Combined with its variable heat settings, this model creates a very cozy outdoor experience. Its durable steel construction has us convinced of its longevity, and a hammered finish resists dirt and smudges. In particular, this unit held up exceptionally well during high winds, ice, and snowstorms, continuing to heat with ease. It comes equipped with a tilt safety override shutoff if the unit gets tipped over, a feature we think every heater should incorporate. The two wheels mounted to the base allow for easy mobility across relatively smooth and flat surfaces. While we like the hammered finish on this model, we prefer the overall aesthetic of the pyramid heaters. The one thing to note with the Rangland is that you must follow the lighting instructions carefully, especially when connecting a new tank. It confused a few testers at first. There is a quick view hole that attaches with a small screw on the right side of the heated screen that allows you to see when the pilot has lit. This will save you a lot of trouble and makes for very easy and consistent lighting every time. We found this model to consistently provide a blast of heat on our test patios, with the ability to warm up several people at once, and we didn't feel worried about it surviving harsh winter weather. After testing many products, this outdoor patio heater is our top recommendation.